Allen, middle of the field. Pass is complete. He's got his tight end. It's Dawson Knox. Old reliable to the 21-yard line. Allen keeps it himself. Allen to the right. Allen to the goal line. Lowers his shoulder. He's in. Touchdown, Josh Allen. He powered his way in.
That ball across the goal line. Here's Josh reaching. It's across the goal line. That's a touchdown. What a gutsy call by Joe Brady. You know, you fake like you're going to go to the running back. Josh comes back outside.
Allen, he's hitting the face mask again. He avoids it, though, according to the officials, and he dumps it off. James Cook out of the backfield inside the 40-yard line. Play clock is down to 2. Empty backfield. Allen toward the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Bills. Mac Hollins. Loss of 2 on the play. Allen to throw. Allen looking for the far sideline. Coleman got position. He said he knew he could throw it up for grabs to him. Cook in motion. Allen in the pocket. Allen will run it himself. He pumps. Got some daylight. Hurdles to the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
He's so much fun to watch. He looks, they try to go condensed formation. It's not there. So here comes Josh Allen leaping. And I heard a lot of talk about him being the most overrated player. Give me a praise.
Pass to the outside, wide open, inside the 10. And James Cook takes it in. Samuel sets up bottom of the screen. Now you got the pass over the middle, and it's caught in traffic. Shakir, and here comes a flag at the end of the play. Low snap. Dancing, looking downfield, firing downfield, caught at the 2-yard line. They'll mark it at the 1-yard line. The pattern find him at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, anytime 17 takes off, seems like he's always going to his right. What a great job. Look to the back right at Ty Johnson, not giving up and doing his job as far as from shallow going downfield down that right sideline, just to give him that option.
Excellent showing pressure in this 3rd and 4. He rushed 4, and Allen gets the ball out, pitches it downfield, in stride. The catch made by Dalton Kincaid. Field goal try. Shakir motions over. Allen backs up, trying to create, scanning the end zone, delivers a strike along the back end line, caught for a touchdown by Dalton Kincaid. Fake to Cook. And now pitches downfield. In stride, Keon Coleman, and a touchdown for the rookie. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. And looking off to the left, rolling that way, and flips it for a touchdown. Ty Johnson joins the party. Sees the stage in a huge way.
You just see it's just one-on-one coverage, and as a linebacker you got to come and understand, you got to junction the running back and kind of knock him off course and understand what you're getting. But Chad Muma, who's a fantastic athlete, stalls his feet, doesn't really quite take away anything, and Ty Johnson just runs to the post, runs to the flag rather.
Allen on the move. He's got all kinds of room around the right end. Just strolls for another chunk play down inside the 40.
Allen protected for the moment. Now has to escape. Everything's covered. Josh waits to the last second. He's it downfield. Shakir is open. What a throw by Allen. Shakir to the 3. What a play by Josh Allen to keep it alive.
Josh Allen on that one. But Shakir just kept sneaking a little deeper and a little deeper. He sort of drifted there and then just went behind everybody as they attacked up. What a play. And that's exactly what you got to have. We talked about it. Sometimes.
And two guys who have also figured out a way to survive in this league. Sean McDermott, year 8 in Buffalo. John Harbaugh, year 17 here in Baltimore. What a throw. Coleman inbounds. The rookie catches it. Number 30, Allen scanning, rips it in the middle, and there goes Dalton Kincaid. 25 yards to the 45. 2nd and 6. Allen protected, back shoulder throw. They've gone to Coleman twice on the same route, and he's cashed both in the second half. Gain of 21.
Allen over the middle, makes the connection. Kincaid spilled out inside the 10.
This time able to have his timing. Watch Josh Allen go through his progressions as we go ahead and run this thing. He's looking to his right, 1, 2, and then comes back all the way across field for his number 3 guy.
4th down. They snap it. Allen throws it. It's on time. Catch and curl. Keon Coleman down the sideline. All the way. Touchdown. Buffalo. Waiting for the big play. They finally cash in to the rookie. 49 yards. Clean first half. Final seconds. 3rd quarter. Allen design run. Allen takes it into Houston territory. The pendulum is swinging. Inactive pectoral injury that he suffered week 2 against Miami, and he's back in the lineup making things happen. Allen trying to make it happen, and he does. Allen turns it upfield. I love when quarterbacks fake. Do it earlier. Allen just used that technique. That's an 18-yard run for Josh Allen.
Look at him seeing where the hole was and going to it. And there's the fake you talked about. And you know,
be able to mix up the run and the pass the way they have has been huge.
Here he is again. Allen for the touchdown, and the Bills are on top. Just when you think you have this place figured out, so tonight's wind is opposite of the way it normally is. Flags fly. Allen able to get out of the end zone and fire. He's got his man, and a juggling catch by Ray Davis. The deepest throw that Josh Allen has ever made in his NFL career to a running back. And Davis able to hang on. Good protection, end zone. Touchdown, Mac Hollins. Allen takes off. Breaking tackles, end zone. Touchdown. What a play by Allen. And a 12-yard touchdown is the result. Knox and Kincaid were both over there for Buffalo. And it is Knox with the touchdown, his first of the year.
Well, Dawson Knox, as he comes off the line of scrimmage, he's got his eyes back on Josh Allen. And when Josh scrambles, he immediately then goes into scramble drill principle.
Ray Davis had a good first half play action. Allen lets it fly. Connects with Samuel. Tripped up inside the 40.
See what Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, dials up here on 2nd and 4. Allen with time. Now throws wide open. Keon Coleman at the 35. Coleman at the 20. Coleman down around the 10. Keon Coleman finds the soft spot.
3rd and long, expect the Titans to bring a little pressure.
Allen looking for Kincaid, and he's got it along the sideline. Did he get the feet in? Yes, he did. A catch for Kincaid. Amari Cooper in the slot.
The Bills like to do a lot of all verts down here in the tight red area.
2nd down and 10. Allen looking for Cooper. Touchdown! His first catch as a Bill goes for 6, and Buffalo pulls ahead.
To their MOs, they're going to run all verticals down here. Coleman, Cooper gets an inside break. Easy throw for Josh Allen.
The crowd is yelling, "Coop!"
Davis next to Allen. They fake the toss. Now Allen the other way for Cooper. Makes the catch on Brownlee, and good for a Buffalo first down. And Allen is 10 out of 20 for 142 yards and a score. Throwing on first down. Was looking deep. Now lets it go to Cooper. Amari Cooper at the 30 and tackled out of bounds.
Cooper sitting here in the slot. He's going to run up inside the zone and sit down. And the thing with Josh is you never know when it's coming your way. You always got to be ready because he'll find you late.
Play clock at 1. Allen throws one for Kincaid in the corner. He's got it. Fulton Kincaid reels it in. Shakir in motion. Allen over the middle, and it's caught for a touchdown. Ty Johnson. His second receiving touchdown of the year and his third overall.
And the play is likely designed for Amari Cooper to run the over, but when it gets shut down or knocked off, he gets disrupted on his route. The check down is right there available for Josh Allen.
Allen quick pass, Keon Coleman, and he's still on his feet. Coleman at midfield, trying to win a foot race, and they finally catch up to him around the 25.
Here's a fake by Allen. Lets one rip over the middle and is caught to his tight end, Dawson Knox. A good start for Buffalo, and Knox on a good route, and he won it, and it's a first down.
So good. Dawson Knox getting through the line of scrimmage, and it's got Jones, who's been here for 4 days trying to cover him, and Josh just drops an A-plus throw to start.
Allen can't find it away. Now he's got Coleman wide open, slings it to him, comes back to get it. Penalty flag, breaks the tackle. It's a first down for now. Allen going to throw a fake. Coleman again goes up and gets it. Touchdown. And that time he beat Woolen.
Got a run play called, but he's always has this as an option. He sees the inside leverage, and what a catch by Coleman. And again, goes right back to him with Woolen, a one-hander, that basketball back.
Here's Allen on the fake. A lot of time. Delivered, and it's a dart for a first down to Coleman. Makes a good move, but a penalty flag too. Up around the 30 if it counts, but let's see. And coming down heavy again. Pressure up the middle, dancing around, throws, has a completion, and a touchdown. It's Dalton Kincaid for 6. Allen, time to throw, loading it up, floating one deep. Shakir, he's got it down to the 30. A beauty from Josh Allen to Khalil Shakir.
Overcome that long yardage situation. What a pocket. Great interior pass protection. And they're just picking on Joby. Shakir finding his way on that over route, running across the field, which is great. When you're a smaller receiver, sometimes going across.
Nope. They back out of it. Allen sees it, lets one rip. Coleman in the seam, goes up and gets it. It's a first down for Buffalo. Back to throw. It's Allen. Letting it go, and he's got a man wide open. It's caught by Dawson Knox. Beauty on target again for Josh Allen.
Heavy tight end. Is Anderson in there? You get more of a run defense, and then Knox just ripping it up the seam. Josh just delivers a dot right here. Look at his vision. Holds everyone to the left with his eyes, then comes back and just rips it down the field.
Cook back in, second down 5. Fake to Cook, Dawkins a block. Allen on the move, pump faking multiple times. Kincaid. Allen off the edge, Brown the push, Allen on the move. Campbell chasing, Blocked downfield by Kincaid. He's run for a first down.
When the play breaks down, they rush 5, right? So guys are coming through. It's all man-to-man across the board. He's able to escape not only with the size to be able to take the hits and lower his shoulder to get the first down, but having the speed to get out. And how about the hustle of 17-year NFL player Calais Campbell is the one bringing him down from behind.
4th and goal. Shakir on the move. Allen to the air. Caught, touchdown. Mac Hollins. And he beat Kendall Fuller. And Buffalo has recaptured the lead. Allen out of the backfield. Davis, room to roam. Oh, he got by Fuller. He broke a tackle in there by Fuller, and he's off to the races. And a 63-yard touchdown catch and run. And the Bills have recaptured the lead. 2 straight touchdowns. Now for 2. Allen got it. Coleman. And Buffalo leads by 7. And Davis the back.
Yep, an extra offensive lineman as well.
Anderson. Allen chased, hit, the caught, touchdown! Morris! Quentin Morris has caught the touchdown!
He wanted to get to the outside. Watch, he's going to be looking to the corner. He wants to get to the outside to Knox. He steps up in the pocket, and he just flips that ball up to Morris. How he knows Morris is even looking at him, I don't know, as he takes a shot.
Elevated off the practice squad, just his 2nd NFL game. Play fake. Allen fires, and he goes to Curtis Samuel again. First down at midfield. Franklin on the tackle after a gain of 17. 2nd and 16. Allen looking left, fires to Mac Hollins. A sliding grab at the 40. A 16-yard gain. On 2nd and 9. Allen looking deep for Dawson Knox. He's got it. What a grab over the shoulder by Knox. Bills in the red zone. Allen keeps it himself right up the middle. Josh Allen at the 5. Takes it in. Touchdown. His 57th career rushing touchdown.
On the ground, Josh Allen on the QB keep. Actually, it's his own read here. He's reading across the formation, which is rare. Nick Cross kind of takes him down, but here comes the taunt. I mean, that's not the penalty. The penalty.
3rd down and 10. Latu coming. Allen steps up. Latu still chasing him. Allen high-stepping over defenders, looking for Hollins. He's got him. Hollins out of bounds. What a play by Allen.
In this massive deep over route, especially after the scramble rule, and Josh Allen just floats it up there. And the catch is one thing, but forget that. Think of the awareness. He slides down, gets right up, and runs out of bounds.
Allen fires, and there is Mac Hollins with a first down. What is the final play of the 3rd quarter? 4th and 1. Allen trying to do it himself. Gets a push from behind. He's got the first down. As Dayo Odengbo is hitting him as he crossed the line, he's still kind of pushing at Josh Allen. Allen from his own end zone. Steps up. He's going to keep it himself. Allen trying to get in the open field. Josh Allen slides down with a first down. And he's looking for a late penalty as well.
3rd and 7. They bring in Ty Johnson, who Allen says is the best 3rd down back in the game. He's going down the field.
Oh, look at the catch. The catch by Cooper. Snags it with one hand.
This is the game changer. To go out and get a number 1 player. You're going to see him on the outside. It's one-on-one. One safety in the middle. As soon as you get a number 1 receiver, he gets the ball if he doesn't get help. And that is what everyone thought they were going to be missing when they lost Diggs. And wonderful job by this front office. They still have a number 1. Watch out. Corner blitz, possibly. Nope. Backs off with the motion.
On the run. Got his target. It's Shakir for another first down. 3 for 3 now for Josh. All of them moving the chains.
As you see the jumbo in right here, an extra tackle on the side. That should be a handoff.
That's Alec Anderson.
Nope.
Here's the deep pass.
And it's open, and it's Knox with the reception and wipes out about 3 technicians, but there to help him get up. 2nd and 11. Pressure. Got it away deep. Caught! Oh, he adjusted for his 2nd long catch of the first half. Amari Cooper.
Fake in. He's going to go up, break in, and then go deep. And Josh hangs on the ball right to the last second. Up
ahead. Look who's open. Caught. That's Samuel. They would have a 2-score lead in the 4th. 2nd and 10. Big time blitz. Allen throws. Has his target. Samuel takes it home for the touchdown. Fakes left, now taken off. Gonna run for it, he got it! And there he goes! Inside the 10, the 5! Oh, the play of the year in the NFL! Quarterback legs it was.
I said no spy on this play. I can't believe it. The rare mistake by Kansas City. There's times, and I told you in this game, they're going to use his legs.
Play clock running down. Johnson, the running back's wide left. Allen has time. Throws to the corner. Brought down by Matt Collins. Touchdown. Collins uses the big frame in front of Ward. 85% of the targets to Shakir completed. This is behind Cooper, who brought it in. Pitched it back to Allen, who's going to go to the goal line and get in! No! Spectacular touchdown!
Oh, my goodness. Come on, Mike. Give it to him. Come on. That didn't just happen. Come on. That'll get you through surgery.
Denver plays tomorrow night against Cleveland on the heels of the Ravens. Time for Allen. Got Dawson Knox inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Second and goal. Allen stepping up, hopping, running, scoring again. He's thrown him and caught him here tonight.
One of the great matchups I thought coming into this one was Josh Allen staring right into the face of Fred Warner. And there he was, Fred Warner trying to catch Josh Allen, but nobody can move. And already you're probably hearing the chants. MVP.
That was a 3rd and 9 too, so see if the Bills can capitalize here. Allen on the fake, rifles one over the middle. It's Khalil Shakir who comes down with it for a first down. He never drops one. Those two are like an automatic connection. Fake to Cook. Allen looking for the big one. Can't find it. One that comes back across Matt Collins. Room to run. Collins down to the 20. He's got another first down.
So many things that Josh Allen does well. Gets out of the pocket, surveys the field. Look, he's still running full speed, so he's the threat of the run. And then you've got Hollins there, who really does so much dirty work for this offense, and he finds them.
They'll try it again on a 3rd and goal. Allen goes quicker this time. Got a decent push as he in. There's a penalty, too, so hold on. Here's Allen on a fake now. Coming near side man. Wide open. It's caught by Cooper. Easy pitch and catch. Out of bounds for a first down. Ray Davis in the game right now in the backfield for the first time. Blitz coming. Allen sees it. Oh, good play. Hollins gets a first down. Allen.
You're right. He's got just a lot of positive juice for this team.
He does. Here's Allen. Steps away from pressure. Now comes near side and delivers a perfect ball. And that's a first down to Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper, this guy's been just a world-class receiver. Look how he continues fighting and come back to the ball. That's how you do it. He was looking downfield, and you see that connection. I would count on that high level of play from Amari Cooper coming out as the season goes.
Set of a screen, Johnson, great block, uses it well. First down and more, it's going to be a touchdown. Ty Johnson.
There are so many things to like about this for the Bills. They set up the screen perfectly. The ball gets outside, McGovern's out in front, Edwards is out in front, and Johnson just to the crib.
Allen going deep, far sideline. Oh, it is caught by Amari Cooper. But they've been relatively quiet today. 2nd and 25. Allen surveying.
Got him.
He's got Davis open, didn't see him. Now pumps and runs around. Little stutter by Allen. Oh, another great move. Josh Allen up near midfield.
To his own hands. And he actually had his running back Davis out there open, but he said, nope, I'm doing it my way. Right through Spates. He got him right here. And on this scramble, I thought, okay, what I always told him was just go deep right there. He had him, but must not have had his eyes on him.
Allen, pressure, gets rid of first down. Shakir, room to run. He splits defenders. Shakir on his feet and he scores. Oh, my. 51 yards. Allen steps away from pressure. Now looks to run it. Has some room. Allen breaks another tackle. Has the first down. Still going. And finally dragged down. And the Bills wanted a horse collar there. They may get it. Penalty flies. Allen's got the first down.
When in doubt, take it into your own hands. He's got one thing on his mind. A stiff arm. Breaking tackles. Seen this so often. I don't know if that's a horse collar.
Yeah, it didn't look like
it. Didn't look like he grabbed it.
Horse collar tackle. Defense number 8. It's a 15-yard penalty at the end of the play. Automatic first down.
Rams have just had the ball for so much longer in this game, and now it's Josh Allen standing in, letting one rip, going deep. Shakir! Shakir hangs on down to the 1. There's another highlight. They're going to go Josh Allen with a push to push him on and in, and he's up for the touchdown. Allen's got time. Now steps away. No one's near him. Allen going to run for big yardage up to midfield. Allen into Rams territory. Oh, once he escaped, there was just nobody home, and another big run from.
It's a great scramble as he looks to the left. And a great pocket to start. Look at that. They're one of the best pass protections units in the league. As he scrambles, watch how he straightens up the defense, stop his feet, and gain an extra 15 yards. The nuances of his game are just awesome.
Got 71 rushing yards now. Back to throw again. Over the middle, another completion to Samuel, who dives forward for another first down. Rams send a blitz. Allen sees it. Floats one forward. For the touchdown, Mack Hollins.
Mack Hollins, one of the most unselfish players. This is called a slot fade. It's a vertical route, one-on-one with Lake, and an absolute A+.
Four-man rush against Allen. Back to throw. Zings one near side. He's got the completion. Why not Cooper again, who's into Rams territory, and he'll stop the clock with 1:41. Allen sneaking it again. This time, is he in? Yes! Touchdown Buffalo with 55 seconds left. And now multiple penalties well after this play.
He's got a 2nd and 5. Spins around and launches it long. One-on-one coverage. Over the shoulder catch by Ty Johnson. And the Bills pick up a big gain of 33 yards.
You're going to see the motion come across the field here, but this is who we're looking at. It's man-to-man defense. You know that's what they want to live in. And Johnson just takes off. And what an incredibly cool and unique play call. And Alexander, who's on the street, now starting. That's a tough matchup. They go
3rd and 5. As Allen has time Now slides. Looks. Flings it. Got him down to the 6-yard line. That's Johnson with his second big catch of the drive.
Why don't you go up and just push the big guy?
Second and goal. That's what they're going to do. Pushing. Bills think he's across. Do the officials agree? It looks like they're going to spot him short.
No, it's a touchdown.
There it is. Just took a while. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stay in the chase for the host role as Kansas City won at Cleveland today, even though Patrick Mahomes injured an ankle. Did not finish the game. Here's Allen again, extending the play and finding a receiver, another running back down the field. This time it's Cook. But look at what he does to improvise here, Tony.
This right here, Jim, is where you have to keep him in the pocket. Trying to draw you there, but not working. But you can't do this. You cannot win this football game. You have to cage him in and suffocate the pocket. Josh Allen.
Collins, who's dangerous to the left.
He is big.
And it's Allen easily going in, hopping home for the touchdown.
We just talked about the tackle pull. And they do it again.
Fourth and about 2.5. Play clock down to 1, and they're going for it. Looking down, wide open, and pulled down by Ty Johnson, who's got another 20-plus yard reception, his third of the game. Here's Allen, slipping out of a sack. Looking way down the field as a man has got a step. It is caught! It's caught all the way inside the 10-yard line and fighting all the way down to the 5 is Keon Coleman. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Don't let who? Josh Allen get out of the pocket.
Ooh, he got hit right under the chin there by Quan Alexander. That time they missed one early in the game, but watch Coleman back after a month on the sideline with an injury, and this is why they drafted him early in the second round.
Not many guys even attempt that.
In the offseason at Pine Valley and the Bel Air Country Club. Here's a 2nd and 6. Allen got away from the pocket and throws it complete to Johnson with a flag out.
Watch the play action.
Little shovel pass, and it's Shakir with the Buffalo touchdown.
I think this is going to be a throwing touchdown because it's a sneaky play action.
Got another one today.
You keep talking about pulling. You get an extra guy to come back to the run, so you get numbers. And everyone thinks it's going right. You can't find the ball.
Allen going long. Perfect pass. Right over the shoulder to Kincaid, who counts his 2 defenders. Double coverage, yes. Gain of 29.
Throwing the ball the fastest, getting the ball out at the fastest rate of his career today. It's been the longest at halftime, but right here in rhythm, his cadence. Well, if you don't think you can stop a team, you're trying to steal a possession, right? They would have tried to surprise one, but you have to declare it now.
Now Allen, short toss, easy doing, touchdown, Bills. Davis, the recipient.
Only one guy back.
Here's Allen. Take the handoff now, just lobs it. Oh, it was caught! What a catch by Dawson Knox. As Josh probably couldn't believe he was that wide open, and he almost overthrew him. Knox reeled it in.
Another amazing play call and play design, staying aggressive. It was so close to going Detroit's way. When they're that open, you just want to toss it to them, and sometimes it's harder than it looks. But he was blocking, Jim. And then he sneaks out.
Great catch. Dawson Knox, 1st and 10. Now Allen taking off. He's got all kinds of room. And slides down at the 22-yard line.
Being able to run it and throw it.
Fake it. Allen. He throws to Coleman. First down. On a line to the rookie for 17.
Watch this offensive line. Dawkins 73, Edwards 76, McGovern 66, Torrance 64, and 79 Spencer Brown. They allowed Josh Allen to throw that one out of the rocking chair. And he puts a dart right on Keon Coleman for another big gainer for a first down.
From the 5. Allen Touch pass, caught, touchdown! James Cook can do it all. Allen has been held in check compared to his normal numbers. 12 of 23, 106 yards, touchdown, and a pick. Allen, threat to run, and gets the first down.
Shows you the skill set when he's out there.
Here it is. Needing the big gain on third down. Wide open. He's got Hollins for the first at the New York 30.
Great quarterback. I want you to watch Josh Allen's eyes. He's looking right out to the right, and then his eyes come back. And by the time he comes back in, he's moved the defense. And you get a dagger combination. One guy going through, Hollins coming on a deep dig. Just a simple.
Here they go in the goal line situation.
Watch out for someone unique.
It's Josh Allen.
Super unique.
Super unique he is. Touchdown, Buffalo. He's just tied the Bills' franchise record with his 65th career touchdown rush.
Well, Buffalo has more margin for error. They can get it on anybody.
2nd and 14. Heaves it to the end zone. Oh, what a catch! Amari Cooper pulls it down for the touchdown.
What a throw and catch. Eccles is right where he needs to be, but the ball's got to be on his left shoulder behind him. And then he times and high points the catch perfectly. And Coop, as the crowd here is saying, I think he got his wind knocked out.
Yeah,
that was there.
That's the kind of fall. Threatening to make it 6 times by 20-point plus margin. Here's a 3rd and 9. Time to survey. Time to look. Now you got to get rid of it.
No.
Into the end zone, and it's caught. Coleman pulls it down. And can you believe it? There is a flag back at the 25-yard line.
I think they're going to catch.
Oh, yeah. That bump right there. Thomas running into him.
Helmet to helmet there.
How about Coleman?
Oh, this is why you go out and get your 2nd-round pick, the skill set. And he keeps moving, extending the play, and then, boom, shows off his ability to just jump higher, more explosive. That ball was an inch from Quincy Williams' hand. And
the jump ball belongs to him. And
you're right, though, his belief in him.
Yeah.
Denver's playing their best football of the year.
First down. Down the middle they go. He connects. Connects out at the 48-yard line to Shakir. And that's a 15-yard pickup.
Yep, it's the tush push, and this guy's a big guy, and he goes to the side usually.
Almost impossible to stop. First down, Bills. Denver, if it wins, we play at KC. Houston would be at Baltimore. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Stepping up, down the field, wide open. He's got his target. It's Dawson Knox.
You're going to watch a great design. It looks like he's going to go here, but and we're going to switch release. And that is an awesome job by Dawson Knox to win the leverage. And that's where I said you can get Denver on the 2nd level. These linebackers trying to guard.
Big play here. Trying to go up top for it.
He wants to run for it, Jim. He wants to just go get it with his legs. He's trying to find
it. It wasn't there, so now he's got to throw it deep to the end zone. And was that caught? Yes! Ty Johnson scrapes it off the ground, above the ground for the touchdown. Did he?
It's really close.
It looks like he's got a hand underneath it.
What a throw and catch, but did the foot touch the backside?
Oh, that's
this
a good
is
point.
Going to be a touchdown, most likely.
Boy, he did a great job of securing the football.
Oh my goodness.
That's close about that foot touching, and we're. Look at this. How he was able to keep a hand underneath the ball.
That's a touchdown to me.
Look at the effort here by Ty Johnson. Gene Steratore, what do you see?
I think he gets both of those feet up off the ground, Jim, and it's the knee that's in the end zone, but I don't have any feet hitting out of bounds before or during. I'd see they're going to go take a deeper look at it, but from the take I've gotten on this one, that's what I'm feeling really from the angles we have so far.
Wow. Remember, this came on a 4th and a yard and a half. All right, they're going to take a closer examination. We'll step aside.
No one really moves. You do have a linebacker out here. Cover 0, something quick to the side.
Allen with time, floats it, got it. It's Coleman with the catch. And it's a 21-7 lead for the Buffalo Bills. 4th and 1, and then they come back and get the 2.
What a route.
With the likes of Elway, Montana, Marino, they didn't win here in the postseason.
It's hard. This is the Bills Mafia. Brunell, the huge win. I remember that game. He played awesome.
Big 3rd and 6. Wide open. And then Samuel zigs and zags. It slips through a tackle. He's taking it home for the touchdown.
Jim, no team is better. 4 guys who can catch the ball here, only 1 on this side. And Josh Allen's going to look this way. And here comes one of the secret weapons, the speed. Remember in the first quarter, Curtis Samuel, we said, is going to be a little high priority today. Yoga, ballerina work in the offseason. It pays off.
Here's a 3rd and 4 and a deep ball. And reaching out, pulling it down is Kincaid.
Wow. Oh.
Maybe not. 2nd and 10. Caught at the 5 and down to the 3 is Mack Hollins.
Means one more guy's going to come, then you have guys to block, and really both sides get there, but takes it from the backside.
Wyatt of his quarterback. He was productive last week. Big presence on 3rd down. Allen. Deep ball. Open. Caught. Shakir with the catch at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
Josh Allen's going to see 2 safeties, and right here he stops, and Shakir's on the middle backer, and boom, he takes a little. You know, we always got to watch Josh's legs in key situations.
Here you go, Tony. Keeps it. He's got it. And he rips it down to about the 19-yard line, running behind Deion Dawkins. Got 7.
Tackle pulls. Then Aaron Cromer in this Bills offense, and you see right there, Dawkins knocked the guy out of the game last week on one of those pulls. And you see the Bills just sticking with what they know well. And
tush push. The setup with Reggie Gilliam line up behind him. Here it is. Allen, he just steamrolls across for the Buffalo touchdown.
3rd to 4th and 2, anything inside there in goal, and you get 2 plays, I don't see how you can stop them. It's such a weapon that other teams don't have. Watch this formation. Who's going to motion? Shakir? You're not going to stay there, are you?
It's Allen. Allen straight ahead. Bulldozes in for the touchdown.
Watch 64. We're going to pull from this side, but Torrance turns the corner right there. And that's why you hear the MVP chants right now.
3rd and 13. Down the middle, open. Shakir at the 10, down to the 6.
Wow. This was a bullet in between.
On 2nd and 10. Down the field for the big ball to the end zone. And it is caught. Hollins able to hold on. 34 yards and a strike from Josh Allen.
Every time we do it, we'll have to have a huge impact.
Defense number 22. Penalties declined. Roll the play is a touchdown.
And one of the hardest workers and does all the dirty work and has come up big this year for this team. Mack Hollins with the biggest catch against the best corner around in the biggest game of his life.
Hollins, when he was a rookie, he was drafted by Philadelphia, and he won a ring his rookie year in 2017. He's a member of that Super Bowl 52 championship team. Closer to 2 than 1 yard needed. Allen's going to keep it, and he fights for it, backs it in for the first.
Josh Allen holds the ball on the last 2 plays. My notes right here. The last 2 plays in the second half of every single series.
He keeps it. Allen has it. Now he's into the secondary and still going. Shoving people on the defensive side around, and he's finally tackled just inside the 10.
Well, you see, it's a pretend fake, and
you can hurry to the line here again.
Yep.
On 3rd and 8. From the pocket, down deep. It's Hollins again, making the catch inside the 5-yard line.
Hollins is right inside, so you're going to motion, and he's going to take the middle of the field. The safeties get wide, and Josh Allen sees it.
Allen rifles it. Open! It's Samuel for the touchdown!
Right here, watch this motion. The free safety's in the middle. He's going to move over because it's a 4-by-1. Now they're going to move back. It goes there. It creates the window for a wide open throw to Samuel.
Allen backpedals to the 17. Now takes off. Oh, he's got room. And spins around. What a tackle there by Connor.
You're looking for your best matchup. And your best matchup when you play man-to-man is Josh Allen against whoever's trying to spy.